Welcome back. We're going to design the nickel silver slider for insertion into the barrel. I want to make one small comment. This is where we left everything in the last session. We just have the timber barrel, and I just want to point out these little black lines. They're not actually part of the drawing. You'll remember that this is not a cylinder on the outside. The outside dimensions of this, there's a slight taper on it. And these are artifacts created by the computer screen to actually deal with the fact that this line here, this edge, is rising as you go from left to right. So every time the rising line crosses a line of pixels, you end up with a little artifact here that looks for a line. So you can disregard those things if they're appearing on your screen. Okay, so we want to create the nickel silver slider. So the first thing we make sure is that the main design is activated, and we will then assemble new component, and it appears as a component and it's active. So now we're going to put the slider in as a tight fit just in here. So from this face here to this face here, it's going to be exactly the same depth as that inner bore there. So we don't want to see the timber body, because we're going to start the slider on exactly the same plane as we started the barrel. So we don't need the timber body. What we do need is to activate the YZ plane and create a new sketch. And this one is a very simple one. We just need two circles, and one of them is to be 20 millimeters in diameter, and the other one is to be 21 millimeters in diameter, making sure that both of them are centered on the origin. So check that, and then we hit finish sketch. Oh, so that's grand. We'll have a look at that now. So now we want to extrude that. Now we have to be careful here that we only extrude the profile that's between the two circles that we built. Use the arrow to get started, and then we type in the distance we want it to go, which is 41.5 millimeters. And that's good, looking good. And now we will finish the sketch, and we modify the physical material, and you'll find silver down in metal. You can scroll along there till you find it if this is your first time finding it. Obviously I've done this before, so this has gone into my favorites in this design, so I'll just drop it on the tube. Now we bring back the timber body. Can't see everything. We'll fit the whole thing. Okay, close. Home. We'll fit. Well, that's looking good. So the thing to do now is make sure you save it. And it's a good idea then to go back to the drawing you made in the last session. I just wanted to point out something to you here. This is a drawing I made, and you can see there's no sign of the nickel silver slider in it anywhere. But up here, top left, you'll see that what he's shown is version 10, but a version 14 exists. The drawing is out of date. it's referencing an older version of the design, click to update the drawing to the latest version. So always keep an eye on this little icon here when you're in the drawing environment. Let's see what it does. Now, it doesn't do anything except tell us it's updated. But if we expand this out, let's see, we have two versions of the barrel, and it knows it has a nickel silver slider. There it appears, tick there, and there it appears. If you want, then you can zoom in on it and check your dimensions. I've clicked on that dimension, delete, get rid of it. Click on that dimension, delete, get rid of it, just for clarity. Remember, this drawing is just to make sure that we're quality assuring the parameters we're using in our own design. So we check the dimensions here. 41.5, is that good? Yeah. Let's check to see that that's 20. That's perfect. Click on that fella and that fella, and that's 21. Yeah, there's an exclamation mark beside him. Not quite sure why that is, but the 21 is there. Escape. Sometimes you have to get out of the tool to actually select the dimension. So into the tool, so no sign of the exclamation mark on the 20. Let's try the 21 again. And up comes the exclamation mark. Not quite sure why that is, but we'll worry about that another day. Okay, so play around with the drawings, turning things on and off here to help you make sure that everything is correct. Okay, we'll finish this session there, and we'll come back in a little while to deal with the two reinforcing decorative rings. Thank you.